picture of the RV or whatever you want to call it, cargo truck, RV, whatever. So on stream, I'm like, oh, sick, look, Ice got went and picked up the military vehicle that he's been, like hyping up that they're buying some sort of vehicle, and Ice has bought it. I said, that looks dope. I think I said, that looks dope. It's got like 6 wheels or something. That's pretty much all I said. And then later that day, I don't think I was watching it live. I got back home, or maybe people were posting it on my Reddit. People posted a clip of SSJ, and he starts off the clip starts off. I haven't managed to watch parts before, so if I've got this wrong, feel free to tell me. But it starts off with a clip of him saying, Sam, let me tell you something. Sam one time got an anxiety attack because of Bjorn. I wanted to put him on the Saw stream, but Sam said he didn't want Bjorn down there for the stream. I guess that was meant to be some sort of exposing Sam, or I don't know, something. I don't know. I guess people like Bjorn, so it was like, fuck Sam, like he doesn't like Bjorn, or whatever it was. And then he followed it up by saying, fuck you, Sam. Who the fuck do you think you are? How dare you leak this project that I've been working on for 3 months? Like, what the fuck? We didn't even get a chance to show it. So I obviously text him, and I text Ice, and I was like, yo, like, you tweeted. I showed the tweet that you posted. I don't know whether Reddit baited you, or like someone's told you something that's not right, but I literally showed your tweet on stream, and that was it. Neither of them, and I sent screenshots. Like, I sent screenshots of like what I said and whatever, So neither of them replied to me. The next morning comes, and they've broken down, and PT's streaming, and SSJ's there, and I guess SSJ's already like a little bit like triggered because there's lots of donations saying stuff about. I guess they're both stressed about this vehicle because it's broken down. Everyone on the Reddit's saying like, what's going on about the vehicle, whatever. So they're both probably stressed. I donate saying, hey, how about that apology? Like, I didn't leak anything. I admit I was pretty salty that he threw me under the bus, and like Ice was kind of like playing into it, and I didn't really understand why. So I donated to PT, and then Ice turns around to SSJ and says, why don't you verse Sam right now? Like, give him everything you've got. And SSJ's like, what? And he's like, what? Like, how far should I go? And Ice is like, just say whatever you want against him. And I'm sitting there like obviously if that was your friend, I was just sitting there like, Jesus, like, what the fuck? Like, why is, what have I done to upset Ice to the fact that he's trying to get SSJ to put me on blast? So SSJ has his rent for 15-20 minutes, trying to expose things about me, whatever. And I don't mind. He can say his thing. But I was upset at Ice, genuinely upset at Ice as a friend to a friend. Like, that's not something. I know it's all games and memes and stuff sometimes, but telling someone to like go full attack on your friend, it was a little weird for me. So I texted him saying, yo, what's up? Like, that was a bit of a scumbag move. Like I don't really get this. Like, I don't get what's going on. So me and he doesn't reply at the time, and because he's like still streaming whatever, and I'm obviously pretty upset, and I'm hurt, and I'm like, fuck, like, have I done something to upset Ice? Like, what's going on? Maybe something's behind the scenes is happening that I don't know about, which has caused him to like do that. I don't know. And I have Kimberly's number on my phone, and the way I got Kimberly's number was Ice told me to text Kimberly to talk to her about the Tinder situation, when the Tinder situation went down, and to make, Kimberly relax and tell her that it was nothing. I texted her and I told her what it was, and I told her that it's nothing to worry about, and that was it. So that's one interaction I've had with Kimberly, which was that first text conversation. And then past that, it's either been when Ice has asked me to text her, or it's been when Ice has asked me to text her, or when Kimberly's texted me worried about Ice. Like, Ice isn't replying to her, Ice is acting like irrational, or, you know, like a lot of stuff's been going on in these 2 weeks, and Ice has been in a place, no one really knows, but Ice has not been in a great place. So she'll text me when she's worried about him, and I'll tell him, okay, I'll go over and see him, or I don't know, or talk to Brent, you know, then that's the kind of conversations. So I call her up, and this is the first time I've called Kimberly as a friend to ever express something that, you know, I'm feeling like upset about. So I call her up and I say, hey, have you seen what's going on? And she's like, no. And I say to her, like, I don't know, Ice just kind of like put me on blast a little bit, and I don't know why. I don't know if I've done anything to upset him. And that was, she was like, I don't really know. I don't know what's going on. She kind of like told me something and was like, don't repeat that to Ice. It was one of them things like, Ice told me this, but don't repeat it to him. But it was such a little thing, like, it was completely irrelevant to everything. But it's just one of them things that Ice has told her, and she doesn't want Ice to know that, you know, it had gone round in a circle. So I hang up the phone, that's that. Me and Ice have a backwards and forwards for a while. And then eventually the thing that she said, I'm thinking in my head, like, this is the only thing that I can think that might have upset Ice. So I stupidly text him, like, is it because I said this? I didn't say, like, Kimberly told me this, you know, because I don't want to get Kimberly in trouble. She's trying to play, obviously, you know, being a friend to me and being Ice's boyfriend. And I'm stupid because I put Kimberly in a stupid situation, and that was unfair of me because she just wants to be a good person all round. So I say it, and then obviously Ice is like, shit, like, did Kimberly say that? So Ice texts Kimberly, like, did you say this to Sam? And Kimberly says to me, look, Ice is asking me whether I said that, like, I don't want to lie to him. And I'm like, look, if you tell him that you told me, you two are going to get in a big fight, and it's going to be stupid. Like, you're going to get in a fight over literally nothing. And I don't want Ice and Kimberly fighting unnecessarily, especially because of me. So I say, like, just don't tell him. You know, I could have just asked that because I felt some type of way. And again, I probably shouldn't have told her not to tell him something. If she wanted to tell him something, she should have. But I just didn't want them to be fighting because of me. Like, Kimberly shouldn't be getting involved in this. I'm stupid for bringing Kimberly into it, first of all. So I guess Ice feels some type of way about that text message, me telling her that don't tell him or whatever. And that's it. Like, I've tried texting him saying, like, what's going on, and he's kind of texting me in riddles. He won't be straight with me. He won't tell me what I've done. And that's literally the story. I know it's kind of lame, and you think that, like, Sam, tell us something juicy, but literally, as far as I'm aware, I'm removed from the network because when I was upset by Ice, I spoke to Kimberly about it, and Ice has got, I don't know. I can't talk. The thing is, I'm trying to, like, say what I know, and I don't know much, so I can't sit here and tell you guys this is fact, because I'm just telling you what I know. So I'm, like, as confused as you guys. Ice kind of won't tell me exactly word for word what I've done, but I feel somewhere along the lines he feels like I've said something to Kimberly about Ice that I shouldn't have, or I've spoken to Kimberly in a way I shouldn't have, but not in like a sexual way or anything like that. Just I expressed my my upset, and I don't know how it got so dramatized or what, like, where it's ended up to this point. But that was it. And then I heard from Ice's, like, mod chat, there was a rumor going around that I was going to be removed from the CX network. So I text Ice, like, yo, like, whatever you're about to do, like, take a breather, and then maybe call me and make sure, like, what you're saying is accurate and is a fact, and that, like, you're not gonna do something that you can't reverse. And he said, I'm not, you know, I don't feel, he said something along the lines of, I'm not going to tell you because you'll just tell everyone. But I don't really understand that, because if I've done something so terrible, why would I want to tell everyone it? I don't know. I just don't know the full story, and